These whales here, they look like humpbacks to me. There's one there. Oh, oh, yes. Wow. Again, little flow here actually with a little auk sitting on it, I think. Yep, there's a group of little auks all around there, one on the top and some in the water. Just got to be a bit careful because there's another flow behind this one. Right, there we are. See that little black dot? There's a little auk sitting on there, and there's 3 in the water behind him. See how this is very, very rotten ice, melting quickly. And in fact, this is really what's giving me a problem. We're in drift ice and it's very, very sparse, but the problem is that I can see the bigger ones like this, but what you can't see are the very small ones where it's all breaking apart. Sorry, start again. I was just checking because there's another flow down to Lure, but yeah, there's a lot of very sparse drift ice here. If I was to pan around, you'd think, you know, you probably can't see the stuff, but I can see 1, 2, 3 straight out there, and there's a regular passage of small flows. But what you can't see are the smaller bits that have broken off and which are melting. They're just sort of whalebacks hidden in the troughs, and they may not be very big relatively, but they're still chunks of ice the size of small cars, and I don't really want to run into one. So I'm going to have to see how we get on for the rest of the morning. It looks as if this might be thinning out actually, but we'll see, because my intention had been to edge across towards the Greenland coast, the Greenland side of the Denmark Strait, and then edge back towards northwest Iceland. But if the ice is going to stay like this, it's just too hazardous really. Mainly from a watch keeping point of view. If it were just big flows which I could see, then I can gauge how long I can put my head down and all that sort of stuff. But when we've got these very small chunks of ice which are passing us all the time, which I can't see, then that really is too dangerous. So I'll see how we get on, and if I consider that it's pushing my luck too much, then, well, to continue on slanting across the East Greenland current towards Greenland, then I'll reshape my course to come more straight down to northwest Iceland. But I'll probably decide that over the next 12 hours or so. Well, we're running into ice again here as we close the coast. I think we might have to drive and move off. There's even ice in the water here. These bergy bits downwind of this little iceberg here. I think we've got to take evasive action again here, particularly as the weather's very bad at the moment. It's now the morning of Thursday the 14th of July. As you can see, the weather has deteriorated. We've got a very strong northerly blowing here, quite a biggish sea running. But I'm running off to the southeast at the moment to be sure of being well clear of any ice now. Had a sort of partial disaster, well, I hope it's just a partial disaster, last night just after that very last clip which I shot when I was trying to avoid that that very small berg or big floe, whatever it was. We unfortunately tangled with one of these bergy bits, one of these lumps of ice very low in the water, which got stuck under the starboard quarter for a second or two. Because these things have a lot more volume under the water, so it was caught under the boat. Fortunately we broke free, and that was all fine, except now I can hear the rudder is making sort of graunching sounds as the tiller works. It sounds as if the top of the rudder is rubbing against the hull, which would suggest to me that the rudder shaft has been knocked out of alignment. Maybe the rudder's been knocked out of alignment. The concern there is I can't see how that could have been done without serious damage to the skeg as well. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. It seems to be all working fine, and it's been working fine for the last 8 or 9 hours. But that is probably going to colour the route that we take home now. Anyway, we're running slightly east or south, away from the Greenland coast, because I've decided, particularly after that last incident, and particularly with the weather as it is. The other yes, the other thing I should say is that just while all that was going on, I had to get on deck because I'd let the blinking main halyard run forward to its block. I had to go on deck to retrieve it, and looking to the south, purely by chance, noticed a thin line of white along the horizon, which was clearly a line of pack ice, dead to leeward, about half a mile to leeward, which was a bit disconcerting to say the least. So actually, for the first couple of hours last night, I put her on a reach going due east. We ran east for about 2 hours to get well clear, and now I've eased her off. Anyway, there we are. It's not a very pleasant day at the moment. I wouldn't say I feel absolutely the best in the world, with this possibility that I've managed to damage Ming Ming's rudder, possibly her skeg as well, or both. Anyway, we'll run off and see what happens once this weather clears.